Hey there, royalty. If you're anything like a god to reader, you probably love nothing more than a dungeon crawling, monster bashing, system hacking OP main character. Well, buckle up because today we're diving into 10 Dungeon Manhwa with over 100 chapters. Let's get right to it before we lose track of time binge reading. Our first recommendation is Dae Sung Returned from Hell. Picture this, it's your graduation day, and instead of a diploma, you get a one-way ticket to hell, literally. That's exactly what happens to Dae Sung. Now, instead of eating cake and celebrating, our boy is munching on raw meat and battling demons like it's just another Tuesday. And guess what? He's stuck there for 75 years. Yep, 75. Fortunately, he's got a trusty system to help him survive. Fast forward, and after a showdown with the demon god, he finally makes it back to Earth. But surprise! Earth is now crawling with dungeons and monsters. Oh, and his family's buried in hospital debt, thanks to the healthcare system. With his new demonic street creed and survival skills, he's ready to take on Earth's new apocalyptic landscape. Just don't be surprised if he has some, questionable dietary preferences. Next, we have Disastrous Necromancer. Our protagonist meets an untimely end on Earth, and is reborn in a game-like world filled with awakeners and dungeons. After years of waiting, he finally awakens as a necromancer, a unique class that no one else on the planet can have unless he's dead. But that's not all. He gets an invincible system at home, supercharging his skeleton soldiers. If you love unique takes on reincarnation and game worlds, this manhwa will keep you hooked from chapter 1. The artwork? An absolute stellar. Next, we have Dungeons and Artifacts. Third on the list, we've got Stretch Atelier. Seriously, what a name, a skilled dungeon explorer who gets betrayed. Shocking, I know. Betrayed by a prince, Stretch gets cursed and for a minute you think he's done for, but not so fast. He gets resurrected by a powerful artifact that's like, hey, let's team up and take revenge. And thus begins an epic journey filled with dungeon crawling, artifact hunting, and Stretch trying not to get cursed again. The betrayal stings, but the action makes up for it. It's like Indiana Jones, but with more monsters and curses. Next, we have Player Who Can't Level Up. Kim Kigyu becomes a player in a tower and thinks, finally! Time to level up and show off! Only to find out he's permanently stuck at level 1. But hold up, all is not lost. He eventually unlocks the ability to bond with egos, which sounds way cooler than it actually is. Slowly but surely, his stats start to rise, and soon he's climbing the tower like it's nobody's business. Honestly, this one had the potential to be the next solo leveling. Unfortunately, it never reached those heights, but it's still an underrated gem. Give it a go, if only for the pure frustration of watching someone struggle at level 1 for years. Next, we have Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Okay, so this manhwa's concept is pure gold. Imagine reading a story for years, and then one day, boom! You're in the story. That's what happens to our MC, who has way too much insider knowledge. He knows every plot twist, every arc, every event. It's like having the cheat codes to life. But with great knowledge comes great responsibility, or, in his case, a whole lot of shortcuts to survival. He's practically rewriting the world to suit his needs, which is honestly relatable. If only we could do that in real life, right? Next, we have Martial God regressed to level 2. Alright, let's switch it up with some martial arts and games. Humanity's been playing the BattleNet game like it's just for fun, but plot twist, it's actually a death sentence for Earth. And when Earth's finally wiped out, our MC is the last one standing. Why? Because his skill, nameless divine art, refused to let him be deleted like the rest of humanity. The gods sent him back in time, and now he's on a mission to save the world from total annihilation. The pacing is fast, the story is gripping, and the action? Absolutely killer. Trust me, you won't be able to stop yourself from reading this one. Next, we have Frozen Player. What do you do after defeating the Frost Queen? You freeze to death, obviously. But don't worry, Seo Juno wakes up 25 years later, only to find out there are 9 new dungeon floors waiting for him. Talk about bad luck. Now, Juno's on a mission to save his frozen comrades and take down these new dungeons. It's a solid manhwa, and the art is chef's kiss. If you like your dungeon stories with a side of icy drama, you'll love this one. Next, we have the divine Twilight's return. Let me introduce you to Lee Chang-sien, who spent his time in celestial warfare slaying gods and demons. You know, the usual. But now, he's on trial for his deeds. Instead of a death sentence, he gets an offer from death himself, returned to Earth with a few strings attached. This manhwa has everything: badass MC, breathtaking art, and a plot that'll keep you up at night. It's an absolute must-read if you're into celestial smackdowns and overpowered MCs who are just a little too comfortable dealing with gods. Next, we have From Today Onward I'm a Player. After the opening of the gates, monsters invade through the gates, and only a few humans awaken to fight back. The twist? Awakened humans enslave those who didn't awaken. RMC, a former slave, gets a second chance when he's sent back in time by the Demon King. Using his past life experience and the system, he undergoes massive character development. The art style is amazing, especially the fight scenes. I highly recommend this one. Lastly, we have Leveling Up with the Gods. Our final manhwa is about a mortal who fought alongside gods and was the only one strong enough to stand with them. But in the end, even he couldn't stop the invading outer gods. So, what do the gods do? They send him back in time for a rematch. Obviously. Now, armed with divine knowledge, he's ready to change the future and kick some godly butt. The artwork is stunning, and the storyline? Even better. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. And that's a wrap, folks. Let me know in the comments which Dungeon Manhwa has you hooked, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Who knows? Your friends might be looking for their next 100-chapter binge. Peace out.